Hey there, CJ Math students. I'm going to help you out with your skill review. Number one, this type of worksheet is super helpful for when you take the Aspire test or the Terra Nova test, just kind of going over stuff that we've already done this year. So find each sum. We have a couple things going on here. We have, we're adding fractions with unlike denominators, and we're adding integers, right? So we're going to first go ahead and remember that we got to find common denominators by multiplying by 6 here, by multiplying by 5. And then we're going to get new fractions, right? We're going to get 6 over 30 plus, remember this is a negative, negative 35 over 30. When I add this, this is a DSSM, different sign, subtract, keep the sign that we have more of. That gives me negative 29 over 30, right? 35 minus 6 is 29. I had more negatives, keep it 29. See, I'd pause the video if I were you and try and do number 2. Number 3, all right, they're both negatives, so let's go ahead and try and check it out. So times 3, times 3, times 2, times 2. I get negative 3 over 6 plus negative 8 over 6. Add them up, keep the denominator, so SSAK, right? Hopefully in number 2 you wrote what type of problem it was as well. This is, trust me, this is helping you. Gives you negative 11 over 6. That's an improper fraction. Obviously that's not there, so go ahead and find out what that is as a mixed number. It is 1 and 5/6, but remember it's negative, so it's A. Again, I'd pause this video and try and do number 4. Number 4 is going to be a DSSM, so look out for it. Number 5. So times 4, times 4, times 3, times 3. We got negative 4 over 12 plus negative 21 over 12. When I add those up, I get my answer of negative 25 over 12. And then obviously this is improper, so go ahead and make it into a mixed number. It goes in there twice with 1 left over, so that's how we get negative 2 and 112. This one also will be an SSAK, so same signs, add them up, keep the sign, just like we did on this one. Sorry, I forgot to write SSAK. Pause the video and do number 6. All right, number 7, remember, when we're finding the product, we can cross-cancel, so look to cross-cancel and multiply straight across. So 8 and 2, we can divide both those by 2. This becomes a 1, this becomes a 4. I have negative 12 over 7. This is improper, so 7 goes into 12 one time. Oops, sorry, with 5 left over, that's not an 8, that's a 7, my fault. With 5 left over, it's negative 1 and 5/7. Here, I can cross out the 2's, divide both those, so I get, it's positive, since, sorry, this was a DSN. This is an SSP. 2 negatives, negative times negative is a positive, so 3 times 1 is 3. 1 times 5 is 5, 3/5 B. Again, I would pause and try and review 8 and 10 if I were you. Quotient, remember we need to flip the second and then multiply. This is all in your reference sheets too, in case you forgot. So we have 11 over 7 times 3 over negative 2. Nothing to cross cancel here. We get 33 over negative 14. It does, in fact, 14 does go into 33 twice. That's 28 with 5 left over, so negative 2 and 5/14. Do not cross cancel first, flip first. So 1/5 times, we got to flip this, 3 over 5. So now there's nothing to cross cancel. We get 3 over 25. Very important to flip, then look to cross cancel. This was an SSP, same signs that were both positive. This was a DSN, so make sure you're labeling out that this is obviously going to be an SSP, so you have a positive answer. This is a DSN, so you'll have a negative answer. Right, on the back, we'll be doing a little bit of all the work we've done with rational numbers, so ordering stuff. So this is 0.1, this is 1.7. We could think of this as 1/10, 1 and 7/10, right? 3 over 2 is really negative 1 and 1/2. Which is really negative 1.5, or negative 1 and 5/10, negative 3.5, and then 2. So the most negative is obviously going to go first, followed by the second negative, which is negative 3 over 2, followed by 0.1, 1.7, and then the most positive 2. Right? So try 16. We use butterfly method on this one. So 11 times 22, and then 20 times 12. and then we do the same thing for the other one as well. So butterfly method on this one, 11 times 22 gives us 242 for this fraction. 12 times 20 gives us 240 for this fraction. So which one's greater? This one. And then obviously 20, so then we'll cross that off because we're going to need a new number here. 20 times 13 here gives us 260, and then 22 times 11 gives us 242. So what's bigger here, 260 or 242 here? So that's the work you're going to show for 18. Here you're going to use PEMDAS. No parentheses, so we can go straight for exponents, no exponents, so straight for multiplication or division. Whichever comes first, left to right. Multiplication comes first, so 11 plus 24 minus 20 divided by 5. Then the division comes, so 11 plus 24 minus 4. Then we add from left to right, so we get 35 minus 4. We get 31 as our answer. 20 is very similar, except it has parentheses. I'm going to allow you to do 21 through 24 as well, because it's very similar to the problems I've already done. Again, butterfly method here. You're comparing 12 and 35, so obviously 35 is bigger. Here you're comparing 4 and 15, so obviously 15 is bigger. Always pointing at the smaller one. 25, think about if you have 15 out of 60, what percent is that? I would encourage you to divide both of these by 5. And we have 3 over 12, and then maybe even simplify that more. I guess I could have divided by 15 right off the bat, and I get 1/4. So what is 1/4 as a percent? You give me that answer there. All right, good luck. Call me if you have questions. Have a wonderful weekend.